Hey everyone, as we finish Death to Life week, we're looking at the story of Lazarus and how Jesus reacts. When Mary arrived where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet and said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping and the Judeans who had come with her weeping too, he was deeply disturbed and troubled. He asked, "Where have you laid him?" They replied, "Lord, come and see." And Jesus wept. The Judeans said, "Look at how much he loved him." Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me will live even though they die. Everyone who lives and believes in me will never die." So this week we talked about taking up our cross and dying to ourselves as central to the way of Jesus. And really this whole season of Lent leading up to his crucifixion is about accepting our mortality. Remember, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. And so it could sound like I'm saying that we should just stop thinking death is a big deal, right? Death is just a part of life. Deal with it. You know, Jesus, he constantly teaches and lives this death to life pattern. So what does he do when he's actually confronted with the death of a loved one? Does he stoically accept the loss of his friend Lazarus with no emotion? Or does he respond like any of us would? See, because Jesus fully shares our humanity, he has a fully human reaction to death. He hears the anger of Mary and Martha, who say it didn't have to be this way. When he witnesses their weeping and he sees where his friend is buried, he's deeply disturbed. And that's a pretty soft translation. That language usually means that someone is angry. And then in the famously concise verse, Jesus himself weeps. Why would he react like this? I mean, Mary is right. He could have come earlier. He could have prevented this death. And he knows that he's there to bring Lazarus back to life. So why be sad and angry? He's weeping and he's frustrated because Jesus feels the sting of death. He sees what it does to people. It hurts, no matter what happens next. Jesus is the resurrection and the life, like he says. And there is a sense in which we never truly die if we trust in him. But it's also true that faithful people die every day, and it's never easy. We can hold those two truths together only through the mystery of the cross. The way of Jesus, it does teach us to die well. But it also teaches us that death is an enemy that both has been and will be defeated. Death is the enemy of life, and yet Jesus teaches us to love our enemies. It's always going to be complicated. I don't know everything that means, but we can ask, what does it mean for today? What does it look like for us right now? It means we weep and we hope. And we don't stop either until God wipes every tear from our eye.